So what we're going to do now is we are going to learn how to just draw the shapes of your subject. So whatever you chose, you're going to get the basic outlines of the subject, and we're using a grid to help that. And I find this helps even my most accomplished students. So if you want to do away with the grid part, you could, but I find it really, really helps keep the proportions correct so you don't have it looking weird and awkward. So if you use the grid, it will really help. What we're going to do is we're just going to copy the same grid onto the drawing paper first. And this is a 6x6 square with 2-inch squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, make sure I'm still on the screen. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line up the 0 because my ruler doesn't end at 0. It has a little extra chunk and that will make a difference. And I'm just going to come down 1.5 inches. Because I know that'll leave me, that gets me to 7.5 inches. It leaves me plenty of room on the paper to work with. So I think all of you 1.5 inches will work. And please use drawing paper for this. Don't use copy paper. You should have a sketchbook or you should have come to school to get drawing paper from me. Please use drawing paper. You'll be much more successful. If you can only use copy paper, then you can do that. It just won't be nearly as satisfying for you. I guarantee the drawing paper will make a big difference. So I'm going to make a little, oops, I made a dot at 1 1/4. I'm going to make a little dot at 1.5, just to show you, I make mistakes too. And I'm going to make another dot at 1.5. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a line, double check which dot is which. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So this one's not the right dot. And I'm going to draw a line across. And with these lines for the outside edge, so we're just drawing the border of the photo. You can draw these dark if you want to. They don't need to be light. So I'm just going to draw a line straight across. And please be as careful as you can. The more accurate you are with this, the more helpful it will be. If it's all wonky and not perfectly square, it's not going to really help you. So really take your time and do this right. So now I'm lining up the 0 with the line I just drew and drawing and making another dot at 6 inches because that's the size of my photo. Okay. And then I'm going to, sorry if the paper gets off the screen every once in a while. It's hard for me to, I have to do this with my phone. It's hard for me to really see what's going on. Okay. Oops. I missed. And so if I was, okay, and I would erase that, but I'm not going to bother right now. Okay, so now what I want to do is get the sides. So again, you know, this is 8 inches. I don't have as much room to spare here. So I'm going to come in 1 inch. Yep, make a dot. And again, here I'm just coming in from the springy part. As long as I do it the same at top and bottom, it's fine. And I'm going to come in 7 inches. So 7 minus 1 is 6. So 1 inch and 7 inch from the edge. And you could rip this out of your sketchbook if you wanted to. 1 inch and 7 inch from the edge. And then I'm going to line these up carefully. Okay. And line these up carefully. A little hard with the springy thing. I'm going to have to flip this around. See, I'm taking my time and really doing this so that it's as perfect as I possibly can make it. Okay, so now I've got my 6-inch square. And now what I need to do is I need to make the lines that are at each 2 inches. So I'm going to line this up with the 0, and that's still 6, which is good. It means I did it right. I'm going to make a dot at 2 and a dot at 4. And here, same thing. I'm going to line it up at 0, make a dot at 2, and 1 at 4. And then here you want to draw these as lightly as possible. I'm going to have to draw them a little darker so you can actually see what I'm doing. But please make these as light as possible. You're going to have to erase these. You don't want it to look like your silverware is behind a fence. Like it looks on you don't want the people to see the grid, right? So you're going to want to be able to erase the grid. So you will draw here. I'll just draw as lightly as I can, right? So you'll draw like that, just not pressing on the paper at all. And I hope you can see it. I'm pretty sure you can. I think I drew dark enough. Oop, I just bopped my camera. Sorry, you guys. Just as lightly as you can, you're going to draw the lines so that you could easily erase them later. Okay? And then over here, I'm going to stop popping the camera, 2 and 4. And here I'm lining up with the 0, 2, and 4. And if I can do this under a cell phone camera, I'm sure you can do it in the comfort of your home. Okay, and same thing, just as lightly as I possibly can, I am drawing the square.